Welcome to another episode of TeeVo and the Beard.
You can't see it, but I'm TeeVo, and that is the Beard.
And today we are podcasters in space.
So first, how about some space news?
Some space news?
Space news.
There's a lot of it. Space, that is. I don't know about the news.
Space news, yeah.
Mm.
Actually, you know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to start off with spacey news.
Spacey. Do we want to know about spacey?
Well, we're not going to dive too much into maybe Kevin Spacey. We're just going to dive into the complete slap in the face to Kevin Spacey. Yeah. Justifiably so.
Yeah.
So today, the Hollywood Foreign Press announced the Golden Globe nominations, which is a precursor to the Oscars.
Right.
I don't know if you're aware, but there's a movie coming out relatively soon that Kevin Spacey was in.
Okay.
And the filmmakers and producer decided to completely cut him out, refilm his scenes with Christopher Plummer.
Okay.
It's called All the Money in the World. It's a true story. It stars Mark Wahlberg, Michelle Williams, and what used to be Kevin Spacey, but now Christopher Plummer.
Okay.
Well, today they announced that for the Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, Christopher Plummer is nominated.
Nice.
And I don't know if anybody's seen the movie yet, because, they just shot it.
Probably not.
His parts, at least.
Right, yeah.
The movie's been done. They just had to redo Kevin Spacey's scene.
Right.
I think, I want to say, I don't know if that was a true testament to Christopher Plummer, even though he's a great actor.
Right, yeah.
But it was more like, slap you in the face, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, it is a nomination for people who are not Kevin Spacey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just thought of, since we're in space theme, I thought I'd start off with Spacey theme.
That works.
But how about another space news?
All right, give it to us.
So you are the resident Star Trek person. Oh, we're both Star Wars people, but you're the resident Star Trek person.
Yeah, I don't confuse Star Trek people with cosplayers. I confuse Star Wars people with cosplayers.
Yes. They're going to make a new movie.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they already said they were going to make a sequel to Star Trek Beyond, and there's going to be this big thing with Chris Hemsworth reprising his role as Kirk's father.
Right.
Well, we don't know what the status of that movie is.
Right, yeah.
But there is news about another movie. But this one is going to be directed by Quentin Tarantino. And he said he's going to make it rated R.
Yeah. So it's going to be Kill Bill Shatner. Right?
So what... But what do you think? Because I'm confused about it.
I think that if it's a separate movie, it's not part of the new Abrams verse.
Even though he's producing, but he's producing anything. So
right, yeah,
he's producing everything.
He's like if Michael Bay is the Dark Jedi, J.J. Abrams is the Light Jedi.
Exactly.
Here. Yeah. So they both put their names on top of anything. I'm not a huge Tarantino fan. I definitely won't go to bat for him on just films in general. I actually prefer him as kind of like a secondary actor. So things like, Dawn of the Dead, not Dawn of the Dead, From Dusk Till Dawn, things like that where he plays like these little bit parts. I prefer him like that over a director because besides like Kill Bill.
We're clearly not qualified to talk about people's work.
Well, we're not qualified to talk about a lot of things, but we do.
But we do. But I will say that, as a Tarantino fan, that scale has dropped, over the years for me. But I'd still say I'm a fan of his work. Let's just say the last two films I watched were like, okay, can we do something else? Yeah. Well, he is. Got my wish. Got my wish, but I just I don't know if his style translates to Star Trek. Even though he said if he were to ever do something, he's made it very clear he hates anything commercial and popular.
And he shows that by not being popular all the time.
Yeah. But he said if he were to ever do a franchise work, it would be Star Trek. Yeah. So at least he's a fan in that sort. It's not one of those paycheck jobs. Right. I'm sure he's going to be compensated very well. Oh, yeah. Not to say he's not doing it for the paycheck, but at least if he's doing it, it's kind of come from a fan point of view.
Yeah. I say, then basically make $1 billion fan film. Yeah. That's what he should do then. Yeah. Don't make it part of the Abrams verse. Don't reboot anything. Just throw Star Trek in front of whatever cockamamie word he's going to come up and purposely misspell onto it, and then make it. Because if you do it as, if you go from Star Trek to Into Darkness to Beyond to Tarantino, to a lot of Star Trek fans, especially the younger ones, that's going to become a roadblock.
Yes.
Because if you make that in the line and then go around...
if he gets his full wishes, not many people are going to be able to see it.
Right.
That's one.
And that's, that could be fine because you see what CBS has done with Discovery. They've added sex and more violence and swearing and stuff like that has never been in the CBS shows before, and it works. So, I think it's possible.
The only thing, as I guess someone who's watched Quentin Tarantino's work is I don't know if he's writing it.
Okay.
And obviously this is something that's not straight out of his head.
Right.
The last time he did that was a movie called Jackie Brown, where he still wrote the screenplay, but the story was based off a novel.
Right.
And to me, up until The Hateful Eight and Death Proof was easily one of his weakest movies because... while he could still put his spin on it, it's not completely original out of his head. He still has to follow somewhat of this plot that's already been laid out.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering...
But that's the great thing about Star Trek. It's so vast that he can just slap... Voyager is not like Next Generation, is not like Deep Space Nine. They just slap Star Trek in front and have some similar elements.
So you're saying that he could do a completely different, separate, whole crew, storyline, timeline, and everything.
Yeah, and I'm personally going to see it because it has Star Trek attached to it.
Not because...
And hope that it's good.
Not because you're of certain characters.
No.
So he doesn't have to use, what the movie's been using.
No, and I'm sure, he will find some... If he's not using the, main cast of characters, he will use some secondary ones, like how Discovery uses Mud. The little things like that does connect it, but not so much that... If you miss this, you're going to be lost in the upcoming stuff. Yeah.
Well, if it really happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But time being, he's getting ready to produce another bloody massacre movie.
Of course.
That is probably going to swear a lot and show lots of excess blood.
Yeah.
So
more blood than the human body actually contains.
So after that, then he's gonna do Star Trek. So we got a while.
Oh yeah. If it ever sees the light of day at all.
Yeah. Maybe JJ would be like, maybe this was nice to talk about, but maybe we shouldn't actually do this.
Basically, Hollywood said, Discovery's really popular. Let's keep talking Star Trek.
Yeah.
So.
But on to the space shows.
Yes. Speaking of Star Trek fans who became,
Yes.
Star people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That put their spin on certain things.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the either season or mid-season
from everything I've seen and heard, this was the season finale.
What do you think of that? That it was, short like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
He had a story to tell. He told it in the 12 episodes and and I think it left it at it basically was a really good intro for the first couple episodes, letting us know the characters, get to actually like them,
right? So
that we would follow them through this journey,
right?
And then take the episode 11 and 12, put a little twist on it, where it's not. I wouldn't say that it ended with a cliffhanger,
right?
Per se, but maybe in the storytelling way, like how you would pick up another book,
Yeah. I like the way you said that because I watched it last night. I was like. Because I'm still confused of whether are you coming back soonish or are we coming back next year?
Yeah, either way, we're getting season 2.
Yeah, either way, it's fine.
Yeah,
as I've said many times, I'm a fan. No matter how many episodes you do, just tell a complete series, season, however you want to say it. It could be 3 episodes.
Yeah, if you do it right,
or 22. So I'm just confused on that. But either way, I did watch it kind of knowing. Okay, this might be it for a year.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was good.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not complete as in if you never come back again.
Oh, no, it's definitely not that.
But in the same way, it's but if, again, we already know they are. Yeah. But if they don't, it's that was a good 12-hour journey we had with them. And, maybe if you come back one day, we'll pick up right, a little bit where we left off.
Yeah. But now with the changes, with the change in some command and all that, I am just curious, where it's not going to kill me to not know what happens next.
Like, oh, how are they going to
Discovery?
How are they going to? What's the dynamic going to be now? It's like, I mean, we can take a guess, but we can wait. Not in the bad, we can wait, but it's not. Yeah. I'm sure the way Discovery ended, from what you said, you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, is it January yet?
Where this Orville's like, all right, well, whenever.
We'll see you when you come back.
See you when you come back.
Have a good one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did
as long as they use this time to keep the special effects and everything to the same quality they had with this season. I don't want them to rush a second season and go CW quality on special effects.
And CW, we still enjoy your work, but it's just sometimes
you know what you're doing.
We can tell.
Yeah.
On a side track on that, I was listening to another Michael Rosenbaum podcast, and he had Daniel Panabaker.
Okay.
And, they were talking a little bit on how production of each episode goes. And, they only have like 8 days to shoot the episode. So sometimes, it's understandably that way.
Yeah.
At the same time, we're still going to talk about it.
Right. I mean, it still is
you're choosing
shoddy special effects.
You're choosing to use a storyline where you need it.
Yeah.
And we're going to say something about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I do understand that these things are really rushed, and they're working really hard to produce this stuff.
But then when you see something like Orville and S.H.I.E.L.D., where the special effects are just so on point,
to a believable point where you don't go, that was a great video game sequence,
right? Yeah,
you can't help but compare,
right? Yeah,
but back to the Orville,
especially since we're talking all network shows here. These are not premium cable shows.
Yeah. But there was a day where that wasn't your premium. Or your basic cable only showed the very basic stuff. Yeah. Again, you get what you pay for.
Right.
Now everybody's in the game.
Yeah.
So we're thankful for that time.
So what were some of the standout moments for you for this first season of Orville?
First season?
Yeah.
Well, I did want to point out in this episode, stand out to me was so Seth MacFarlane's atheism was really
they touched on religion again.
Well, the first episode they did that, I like that he didn't go the full route of
he was like, this is what they believe, that's fine.
This one's like, oh yeah, you're really saying something in this one,
right?
But but it weaved the story together well.
Yeah.
But I as a fan of Seth MacFarlane, I was like, I know what you were doing. I know from the second, Kelly healed the little girl.
Right.
And, they went away. I was like, they're not going away.
Nope.
We're staying here.
Yep.
And then they came back and everybody started looking at the name of Kelly. I was like, yep. I know what you're doing here.
I mean, I would probably worship her. I'd be right along with them.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd, do certain things those people did, but,
yeah.
Hey...
On a general sort of, worship.
Kelly,
Just because you're looking for a beautiful goddess sort of worship.
Yeah. So, in the name of Kelly.
Right, yeah. We dedicate this podcast in the name of Kelly.
Standout moments of the season, I guess I would just say I really liked the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. I did like how they did take each time to introduce characters, and sometimes in those episodes you barely saw Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah,
so he really knew. There were moments you needed Ed and Kelly, and you needed to kind of put them aside,
right?
Especially in Alara's episode and Bortus's episode.
Yeah,
they were the focal point. It wasn't just like, oh well, we need to.
They weren't the B story.
Yeah. In fact, the 2 stars of the show was the B story.
Yeah.
And some of them,
they were barely the story.
They were the C story.
Yeah.
Barely. So I really liked how it started with that. When they go into a second season, it'd be interesting because they can't use that formula anymore. They could still use the formula of like, oh well, let's tell a Lamar story today.
Yeah, but we're not introducing a whole new cast again.
Yeah. Exactly. What about you?
I'd say that, well, for one, like I stated in the first episode we talked about this, I was happy that something like this was going to exist, and I was willing to give it a chance.
Right.
But I wasn't looking forward to it. It just happened to be airing before Discovery. So it was like, I want my sci-fi fix.
So you were just looking for a space adventure to curb until that moment.
Right, yeah. And then
lo and behold.
Then I ended up loving it. And if you would have told me, hey, Beard, you're going to end up watching a Seth MacFarlane show for the entire season, love every episode, and the thing that's going to impress you most is how a green blob has some of the best character development.
He does.
I wouldn't have believed you, but this show has done just that. And the thing that stands out the most to me, kind of like what you were alluding at, is character. Yeah. It's something this show didn't have to do, but it did.
You're right. It didn't have to. Yeah. And as we see in certain shows we watch, or stop watching, not every show does that.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why, at least I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so much, is that, while they didn't do the Orville formula and do a series of introductions, they did take their time during the first couple seasons to really, dig down the characters.
Yeah.
And we know and love them now. Mm-hmm. So when they come back and do an adventure, it's like, there's stakes. We know these people.
Yeah. And even though this show is very episodic, you can pick one of the 12 episodes to watch and you're going to understand what's going on. At the same time, you benefit from watching all 12 because there is growth in there and there is stuff in 10 that affects 12 or however.
But it is it doesn't bog itself down too much. Like, even when there are things you needed to know, they did a sly way of kind of reminding you.
Right, yeah.
So you didn't have to be like, oh no, I'm lost.
Well, I gotta rewatch it.
Or I'm turning it off.
Right, yeah.
So yay.
Yeah, it's been the biggest surprise to me as far as the stuff we review here for 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else I was kind of expecting where it was going with this one.
Or you were disappointed.
Or disappointed,
we're not gonna,
so negatively surprised.
We're not gonna talk about the other Fox show, The Gifted.
No.
But
But I will say this, while I will never promote Inhumans, I will say if you're looking for a good Fox drama that happens to occasionally have mutants in it, The Gifted is very well written.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so horrible.
Well, disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing, yeah.
Disappointing, not horrible, because it's not
horrible because of the fact that I wanted to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Inhumans is just bad writing, bad everything.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like an FX show I was watching. It's Fargo season 3.
Okay. I didn't know they were at season 3.
I think that's it for them.
Yeah.
And also that Tom Hardy show, Taboo.
Okay.
Both well written shows.
Yeah.
And just it bored me.
Yeah.
And so I won't say the shows were bad.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say that they're horrible. Just they were just written in a way that just didn't grab my attention.
Yeah.
With Taboo and Fargo, I watched 3 episodes, and after 3 of them, I was just like, I don't know why I'm watching this.
Right, because there's so much out there, we don't have to watch what we don't want to watch.
Because I was bored and just uninterested during some of it, or really, again, watching it like, okay, I gotta do this, gotta do the dishes.
Yeah.
Gotta watch the show.
Yep.
And sadly, that's how The Gifted started becoming to me.
Yeah.
It was like, sure, Polaris is wonderful. So, if anything, I'm a fan of this actress now.
Right.
Or
kind of. I mean, they can listen to past episodes to hear how you really feel about her.
Yeah. But I'm a fan of, at least she's on my radar now.
Right.
So, that happened.
Yeah.
But just each of them was like, okay, we get it. You painted the world very well. Now let's.
The problem is you're painting over your painting now.
Yeah. And as we say, because I haven't watched it in a couple of weeks, they're probably fixed it. They're like, no, we fixed it.
Yeah, it's too late.
Damage is done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And shows need to be more careful because we have this plethora of options now. If you don't like Punisher, you turn it off and you move on to Jessica Jones. If you don't like that, you go to something else.
Yeah.
You go to Gilmore Girls, whatever.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
And especially Gilmore Girls, the new season was 4 episodes.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, 4 long episodes, but again, if that's your cup of tea, or if you don't even like anything Netflix on, cancel it. There are plenty of other streaming things.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your options are literally endless. I mean, I'm sure there isn't an end.
Yeah.
But I dare you to find it.
Yes. Yes. So. That's that, and on the Orville, and I mean, I hope that's not the end. I kind of want to see a little bit more, but again, if it is, I'm okay with it.
And I'll correct myself in the footnotes if I'm wrong, but at least on the Fox app and website, all 12 episodes are still available. I'm not sure about Hulu.
I did, while I was, flipping through, I did see a good majority of them still on. I'm going to say they are. Just going to go with you on that. Because, it's not like I clicked episodes and there was that only one.
Right.
I had to, click.
So for our listeners out there who have not tried Orville yet, we're coming into the mini dry season for shows. Now is the time to start binging, things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And binge Supergirl.
That's a little harder to binge, though, because CW is like, we're going to give you 5 episodes at a time.
Yep. And that's it.
Yeah. But it's going to start rerunning, so catch up then.
Well, the second it's over, it's going to be on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
So binge it then.
Yeah.
I'm just preemptively telling you.
Yeah. Just binge everything we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything we continue to talk about.
Yeah.
So, speaking of one of the tried and true shows that we have been holding on to.
Yes.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes. So, we only got 1 hour this week.
I know. Very disappointing.
But what did we think of the hour?
Yeah, I mean, I love what they're doing with the show here. We've taken these characters that we know and love and putting them in a completely different circumstance. That like I said, if you would have described it to me, I would have said, no, this is never going to work. Obviously, this is going to be their last season because of this. I mean, and it still could be.
It very well could be, but
it's less obvious now.
Yeah, but for different reasons.
Yeah, though even within the show, when they're talking about being stuck, are they inferring that this is their last season? Or am I inferring? They implying?
I was talking with a friend who hasn't watched it in a long time, and I did say this could be its last.
Yeah.
But, they just shot their 100th episode. They have a full season order.
Yeah.
They're going to finish the season regardless. Right. And, as fans, and even them as actors, nothing, there's nothing to cry about.
No, not at all. I mean, 5 solid seasons there. Solid-ish with parts of season 4, but still as a whole solid. As the devoted Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan, the one who has watched and rewatched more episodes than anybody probably listening or out there, how would you feel if by episode 22 or whatever it is, the agents have not saved the day, they have not returned? It's the end. It's like the end, completely the end. They close this story and they close it right. But yeah, they don't save the Earth. They don't make it back to 2017. How would you feel as a watcher?
That's kind of 2 different questions.
Okay.
2 different things to me. Because if they don't save the day, as in there's more plot to go.
No. They realize it's not. They realize it's not happening. There's nothing they can do. They're out of options. They're like, this is where we live now. This is the life we're going to have to live. No more wacky adventures.
I mean, depending how they do it, I could deal with it. I think that would shut up a lot of people. And when's Coulson going to see the Avengers again?
Right.
So that would shut up a lot of people.
Yeah, he's in the future. Never.
And possibly in a different dimension.
Right. Yeah.
But that would, obviously I think Jed and Marissa would write it well. Mm-hmm. Should that be the route they take.
Right.
But
because it's easy for a show like this to go, okay, we've saved the day in the ultimate fashion, and now we're all retiring as superheroes, as agents, and going our own way. The end.
I could see them saving, I still don't know how they're going to save the Earth.
Right.
Not just because you put it up, because we're only 3 episodes in, and I really don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, we are not omniscient in this show.
But, if they save the people they're with right now and realize they're stuck, I consider that a win.
Okay.
I consider that a full story to me.
But if they do end up having to just live a life of servitude and that's how it ends, you can deal with that, but it's definitely not your preferred ending.
Was dealing with servitude? No. Yeah. They got to at least escape the servitude part.
Okay.
I mean, like, they just can't come back to our time.
They have to save the lighthouse, but the world it's okay.
The world in their timeline is now a little muddy.
Yeah.
And I could deal with that.
Okay.
But at least save the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And while we're saying this, who knows how long in the lighthouse even matter?
Right. Yeah.
Because, in not this next week's episode, but the next week after that, we're going to see Fitz's point of view.
Right.
So we don't know how, the episodes will pan out at all. And even in the next week, they could be like, okay, we're done with Lighthouse. That's why we're moving to Fitz and Hunter.
Yeah. It's Fitz and Hunter from now on.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sadly, there are no synopsis for me to speculate on past that one.
Yeah, Marvel's doing it right.
They do that right because, there's so many CW synopses ahead. While I don't completely spoil everything,
it gives you an idea. Because it mentions like characters and actors and stuff like that.
Exactly. With Marvel, they're very good at picking which ones. And sometimes it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
That they stop telling you certain things. They just don't.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, in this week's episode, stuff happens.
Yeah.
That's the synopsis right
there. They should put that for all 22 episodes until they put another...
Stuff happens.
Stuff happens.
Guest starring, you'll never guess.
Yes. Or maybe nobody.
Or maybe nobody, yeah.
But...
Now, they always fit guest stars somewhere in there, even if they're the most minor characters, it seems.
Yep. Well, what do we think of... The big takeaway for me in this episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. was Marvel introduced really the full notion of another universe.
Right.
And they've done it before with Ant-Man and Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, they really dived into that a lot. But, they at least on the shows, we never really talked about other multiverses.
Yeah, because multiverse, that was definitely more of a DC thing, not just with the shows, but the comics.
Yeah,
also.
But, Marvel has, it's not a new thing for comics. Yeah. Everybody's delved into the multiverse. Yeah. It's just, CW, at least the CW on The Flash, really,
yeah.
Really.
So much so that Supergirl's from a different universe,
And they use multiverse for comedy now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the first time Marvel's really talked about it.
Yeah. Well, I know Daisy's not a fan of the multiverse theory because she'll punch you in the face if you even suggest it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I thought that I love the way they're sprinkling in humor with this because it's not a comedy show. Yeah. But they put those little scenes where, you get a nice chuckle.
Yes. But what do we think about that with the multiverse in a show like S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm kind of on Daisy's side right now. So you punch the guy in the face and say, okay, whose universe did that happen in? Because I'm not for it. I think it could be used as kind of an easy cop-out to save the day in the end. It's like, oh, well, we were never in our universe to begin with. We can just go back to ours. Problem solved. You know, do a Flash style. Yeah. Yeah. I think they could make it work. What do you think?
Well, unlike the Flash... when they introduced multiverse, they're seriously doing it. This one, it was just suggested. Right. So we don't know we don't know how much to take from it. Because, it's like, oh, there's this theory out there. Yeah, and then she punched him in the face, and then they don't talk about it again. With the Flash, it's like, no, seriously. Yeah. We have it mapped out. we were doing this. So you have no choice to believe us. So... for the time being, I'm not putting too much stock into it. I just thought it was interesting that they finally really introduced that notion. Right. Because, in Marvel Comics, there was the famous, other universe called the Ultimate Universe. Yeah. Which was widely popular for, a good solid 12 years. Yeah. Yeah. I think they'll definitely... Probably longer. I think 15, 16.
Even if final offer, even if they don't use it as the smoking gun sort of thing, it will definitely. This isn't the last we're going to hear of the multiverse. Just like in episode 2 when she says framework, that's not the last time we hear about that. Yeah, but it doesn't play. The framework's not playing a major role in this. At least not in the way it did in season 4. Yeah, yeah.
The other thing that was interesting to me was the Inhuman aspect again. Yeah. So they're not done with the Inhumans.
Nope. And each time it's like meeting them all over again. It's like, no, this is how they got created now.
Yeah. I like that they introduced one character that they introduced early on in, the new promotional, but they didn't do much with him. So I'm still like, okay, young man, how are you going to come to play? Because Flint made an appearance. Yep. Didn't do a lot. Nope. Hardly anything, but
mostly slept.
He was there. Yeah. And they called him Flint, so And so they are definitely on the whole. Yep. For those really hardcore fans out there, the new Inhumans.
Yep.
That's him.
He exists.
So
he's coming.
Yeah. What he's going to do again, because his power is geokinesis, and there is no geo.
Right. That we know. But
then again, they keep going around at least rocks. So I feel like that's going to come.
There might be enough geo for him.
Might be enough geo for him.
Yeah.
What did we think of? What do we think of Yo-Yo in this? I loved her trickery with the girl.
Yeah,
I just thought that was both funny and just very a good suspense.
Yeah, I think it really spotlighted her her powers more than any previous season has. It really showed what she can do with them. I mean, the whole stealing the scroll, running it to Daisy, and then running back, all within the course of an eye blink
and everything. I mean, he looks up, she's still doing her work.
Yeah,
because that's that. It was a moment in the first 2 episodes where she said, "It's sometimes it's great, sometimes it really sucks."
Yeah,
and that moment was like, this is a great power to have right now.
Yeah, because unlike the Flash, she can't just run somewhere and that's it. She always gets pulled back, hence the name. And I was kind of curious. I thought she was just kind of being a smartass by bouncing all around the workshop. I didn't realize there was an actual reason for that. And then once she did, I was like, oh, it's convoluted, but that makes perfect sense.
Yep. But hey, it worked.
Yeah.
You believe it.
Yeah, definitely.
What did we think of our new characters? Going back to new characters, what did we think of Tess today?
Still love Tess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on Tess.
Team Tess.
Team Tess?
Yeah.
What about Deke? What do we think about Deke?
I really like how the actor is what the actor is doing with this character.
And what do we mean by that?
By the fact that we knew he was going to betray us.
Was he betrayed?
We don't know to what extent. I mean, he's betrayed, but to what extent that's going to lead?
Okay,
I
thought
it could lead to something good still. But
I was going to say, is it like a Grant Ward betrayal?
No, this could be a minor betrayal, but it's still a betrayal that could end up. I mean, he doesn't know for sure. He says he's playing the long game, but he doesn't know.
Well, we don't know what your long game is,
right? Yeah. I mean, he could just be looking out for screw the agents.
If something is made very clear, he definitely is willing to look after just himself.
Right. At least that's the way it's being portrayed.
Yes.
His long game could be acting this way so that he can protect everyone else.
Yes, but we don't know.
We don't know.
That's the downside of having only 1 hour.
Right, yeah. But I also like the fact that we're not omniscient with this, so we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know whether to like him or hate him.
And that would not be the first time any Whedon has done that.
That's very true.
I don't like a character for the longest time. In the very last moment when they take him away.
Right.
I like him.
Exactly.
I don't know if you ever watched Dollhouse. Both Jed and Joss worked on that.
Yeah.
The character Paul Ballard, Tamo Pennickett's character.
Yeah.
Throughout season 1, beginning of season 2, I was like, I hate you. Right. I don't like you. Why are you on this show? We don't need you.
Right.
Go away.
And then you get what you ask for.
And then I like him.
Right.
And then they kill him.
Yep.
In an instant. And I was just like,
you said take him away.
I said, but I didn't mean.
Yeah.
I
bring him back.
So they're really good about doing that.
Yeah.
And mostly just Jed.
Yeah.
And Marissa. So they. But I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I do. It's one of the things I do want to like Deke.
Right. Yeah.
You're just making it really hard for me to.
The actor is doing a really great job.
You're just making it really hard for me to do so.
Yeah, because if he was a terrible actor, then it'd be like, oh yeah, we hate him. Fine.
Please, can you? Yeah. Daisy, next time you get your hands on him.
Yeah, I love how she said, I'm going to kill you. Not just I'm going to hurt you, you're going to pay for this. I am going to kill you.
Yes, and...
We're seeing the darker side of Daisy.
How about, speaking of Daisy, how about her elevator fight?
Yeah. Yes.
Really good.
I love, and again, that's where the humor kind of fits in because she's up in the top of the elevator.
She's doing it May style.
Yeah, while the crew are down there, and then she squeaks.
Because I really thought that was really going to work.
And then she has a kick-ass fight.
Yeah. And man, that actress has come a long way in this show.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is
one of those things. If you told me she was going to do stuff like that in the first season, I said,
yeah, this isn't Sky anymore.
No, Sky's gone in the sky.
Yeah. This is fully Daisy, and don't call her a world killer.
No.
Now we had to keep our world killers straight. We have one on 2 shows now.
Oh dear.
So, and we kind of like both of them.
What do we think of sweeping back to the Inhumans, because that ties into Simmons' story?
Yeah.
What do we think about her story?
Oh, Simmons is scheming. She's figuring out things. She's Mrs. Beard thinks she's reading lips, which is very possible.
Very.
Yeah, because she's always staring at who's ever talking, so she could be picking up stuff, and they're not even telling the audience.
Yeah,
that she's doing that.
And another thing, that's the non-omniscient thing. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
In those moments, we're with her. It's like,
yeah, it's
what's
silent.
going on?
It's like,
what's going on?
Yeah.
I remember the first time it happened, I was like, something wrong with my TV.
Right. No, I like how they're using her in a positive way, as like because you want to hate Blue Spock.
Yeah.
But he's not doing anything, horrible. Yeah, I mean, making the Inhumans fight. We'll get to that in a minute. But as far as like how he's treating Simmons, yeah, he's got her as a slave, and that's bad.
It's very bad.
But he's keeping her safe, and he's not hurting her, and he's using her brains, her skills, in a positive way. So
now, sexy blue girl, she's bad.
She's bad. Yeah,
and
she's got the balls to prove it.
And by George, stay bad.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. She is not a fan of Simmons.
No,
you can definitely sense some jealousy.
Oh yeah.
There.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And at first, I forgot that she could speak, because when Blue Spock's talking to her, and then he answers himself, I'm like, are they doing some telekinesis thing?
I don't know if that was a writer thing or an actress choice, but I like that she's not talking.
Yeah.
It's making her scarier.
Yeah.
I think also on the polar
and then saying
opposite,
things like compassion.
Yeah.
That's okay. You just made that word creepy.
Yeah. And then, but on her flip side, there's Cassius.
Yeah.
Who doesn't stop talking.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a good balance of building that tension. Again, and then we get to Simmons' perspective where we don't hear anything.
Right.
That's just not just not people hearing people talk, but like she doesn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Only when he speaks to her.
Right. And sometimes we hear stuff going on while she's in the room. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, though, like you said, it's through, Gemma's non-ears.
Yeah.
At that point. We hear a couple things so that we can know a little bit more than her, but not enough to make a big difference.
Do you think we'll continue to see the Inhuman Abby?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I
like her power.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good hey, Kitty Pryde, but not Kitty Pryde.
Kitty Pryde, yeah. So, I think we're gonna see her. We're gonna see her become more powerful, and probably break out of the chains of the culture she's been sold into.
Yeah. If we're speaking maybe speculation, it'd be kind of cool if like you said, maybe they don't save the day in their way and return home.
Right.
But if they stay here, it'd be kind of cool if they pick up a couple new people on the team.
Yeah.
Like Flint and whatever they're going to name her.
That could definitely work. Yeah.
But, I mean, again, we're only in episode 3.
Yeah. It's a lot to speculate.
I mean, by episode 10, they could be like, oh, remember all those things you thought was going to happen?
Not at all.
Not even. Yeah. We're not even near there. So
no, that little girl that you loved at the beginning, yeah, she's an evil empress now.
Or yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you'll never see her again.
Yeah, we just put her for that episode.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell you if she's alive, dead, nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So, but so all these things very possible.
Yeah,
could and won't happen.
Right.
What else? Ooh, the whole Coulson's mission in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Little side mission.
The radioing for help to possibly nowhere, possibly somewhere. Yeah.
What do you think of all of that? I was on the edge of my seat going, what is there? And of course Marvel's like, no, you're not going to know.
Right, and I'm just like Coulson trying to listen to the radio, scramble. And I was like, okay, did I hear something? I felt like I was on one of those like supernatural shows. That was a voice. I know that was a voice.
But between finding, radioing for something and not killing that dude.
Yeah.
That was a pretty bold choice for them.
Yeah.
Because as Tess was saying, oh my god.
Yeah,
Like,
we gotta shoot him out the airlock. That's it. Yeah.
and we'll just say it was an accident. No, we can't do that. And I'm just like, I think we need to listen to Tess.
Yeah, and I like how Tess seems to speak from experience.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, we've done this before. Just toss them out the back. Already got the plan.
Yeah, but they didn't do it.
Nope.
I was surprised in that. I thought they were going to do it.
I didn't. Yeah, that part didn't surprise me. That because they're still agents.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do things, as diplomatically as they can.
Yes. But Yo-Yo with the gun.
Yeah.
That was, again, that's why you need Yo-Yo on your team.
Yep. Yeah.
That man has a gun. What? No, I don't.
She's the anti-pickpocket.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, we were gonna tell you he had a gun, but no, it all worked out for him.
It worked out for our agents.
Yes.
So, but we learned that the voice is coming from a place, as Tess keeps saying, we don't go there.
Right.
And we're like, oh, yeah, well, rock in the middle of space. Who wants to go there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's one reason. So we learned that if you're bad and they punish you, they put you on that rock.
Yep.
And no, you don't die from no oxygen.
Nope. No,
because that's what I thought.
That's what. Yeah, they just maroon you there, and you die painfully that way. No.
Well, you still will die.
You still die painfully.
Just not the way I thought.
Right.
But that does set up the notion that there's someone there.
Right.
Because again, I thought, dude, you don't go on that rock. You're gonna die in that rock. Yeah. Well, it's a rock floating in the middle of space.
Yeah, of course you're gonna die.
Who wants to go there?
Right.
Oh, you can go there. But that's the reason we don't go there. Okay, so there might be someone there.
Yeah.
Because I thought
someone who hasn't gotten eaten.
I thought for some reason maybe they're listening to some kind of recording.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I didn't know how to explain it if that was the case.
I mean, the way radio waves move, it would make sense that it would just be something kind of lingering out there.
But no, there's
someone,
something.
Yeah.
Aside from
someone's not gotten eaten yet.
Yes. Any speculation? Because at first, because when I thought it was just random wavelengths lingering around, I was like, "Oh yay, it's Fitz!"
Right. It could be the great grandson of Fitz.
Could. But we don't know.
No.
And
I have zero speculation on that. It could be some random person that we've not encountered anywhere before and haven't heard of yet.
Like I said when we were talking about the first 2 episodes, I had very light speculations on what may happen this season. Yeah. And those 2 episodes just threw it out the window. This is going to just keep saying, just stop what you're thinking.
Stop thinking. Yeah.
I know
we'll show you each Friday.
Well, I know you think we're in space, we're going to tie it to the New York, which we could still.
Could, yeah.
Not off the table.
Right.
But if you think that's that's the main goal we were heading for. Nope.
We're not, and they still have yet to, they've given us ideas of how far in the future we possibly are.
Yes.
But they have not set this is definitely 90 years in the future. This is, 2000 whatever, 3000 whatever.
Exactly.
We don't know.
And as far as, that could bring up a whole interesting thing. What if it's a twist that they're not in the future? They are in the different universe. Just obviously things panned out differently for them.
Yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Earth 616 in the comics Prime Earth?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that they mentioned the location is 616, and I was like, okay, are you telling us you're in our dimension?
I like that they mention a Whedon thing and a Marvel thing in the same dialogue between objects in space,
right?
And then saying 616. I was like,
yeah,
thank you.
And I like Mac's little, I'd love to go into the place where no one can hear you scream. It's like, yeah.
Mac is
Mac is our pop culture reference maker.
And the most sensible one.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can honestly see Mac quitting if let's say there's a season 6, or let's say they split this into like they did with season 4. I could see him quitting after this, for real.
Or if or say let's say my snap prediction that they form a new team at the end. I could easily see him be like, hey, I'm just going to live my quiet life in this time period somewhere else.
Me and Tess are going to start a family. Yeah. Even though I've seen no, sexual tension between them. Just picked a random female that's not on the team.
Yeah. So I could, that too could happen.
Yeah.
But
so, again, we have zero idea, and I'm loving it.
Because I was about to ask, because we do it with Supergirl, we do it with The Flash, because it's easy to kind of speculate where they're going with it. I
Right.
was gonna say, what do you think is gonna happen next? And we're
No
both in
clue.
the hole. Oh,
Yeah. We don't have a plethora of, other sources to kind of compare this to. And
I mean, obviously, there are only certain many ways. It's like, when people were trying to spoil, I can't remember what Marvel movie, but they were also trying to spoil Star Wars.
Mhm.
And the producer was like, yeah, one of those things you're going to read on the internet is right.
Right.
But
just by chance.
by chance, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's it. We're not going to tell you which one, but,
Right. If you make enough guesses, eventually you will be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, but after reading 600 of them, I mean,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Mhm.
That's why, on a separate note, we're not still in space, so not totally separate. That's why, next week's, Last Jedi is coming out.
Yeah.
Are you seeing it?
Not on opening night, yeah.
But we will be able to do another Star Wars review,
Yeah.
right? I just wanted to confirm for our listeners out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually passed like the second full or the last full trailer, like a real trailer.
Yeah.
I've not watched clips, not watched TV spots because they'll upload them.
Right.
I stayed away because no, I want to just go in
Right. Fresh.
completely fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have an idea of what I think's going to happen.
Right.
But past this, I mean, we're only a week away.
Yeah. No
We're less than a week away.
No sense spoiling now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're 4 days away.
Yeah.
You
can deal. Yeah. So, any other thing for agents here, or
space in
or
general.
space in general, or spaceys?
Ooh. I think we got the space stuff out of the way.
Yep. Yeah. That we've cleared the space.
I did like how Shield's been in space. So because I was a little worried after Discovery was over. I was like, oh, Orville's gonna stand out like a stick in the mud. We gotta go to space, and then we're gonna come back.
Yeah.
But I like Shield's like, no, we'll make it easy for you, TeeVo and the Beard.
Right. We'll keep it in space.
Yeah.
So
We'll go with your space theme.
all right. Well, that wraps it up for this week, and it's mostly going to be agent talk, mostly for the rest of this month at least.
Not that we have any qualms with that.
No, not at all. But everything else is on hiatus for now. Most of it till January and February. Orville, however long.
We're not 100% sure.
Yeah, and then Star Trek comes back in January. So.
Oh, so hey, that'd be great because we could still keep the space theme.
Yeah, we just keep lapping them over. Yeah,
because because Shield is not going to be over.
Right.
So
we'll have a space themed Venn diagram of shows that overlap there.
But again, like we said earlier, this whole lighthouse thing could be over.
Yeah, we think it's going to be space themed, but we don't know. So until next week.